Most people spend their lives trying to earn more money, a better salary, a bigger business, a larger house, a better car, a more comfortable lifestyle. And yet, despite earning more than ever before, many people continue to live with financial pressure, stress, and insecurity. One medical emergency, one business slowdown, one job loss, one cash flow disruption, and suddenly the entire financial structure begins to shake. Why does this happen? Because income and wealth are not the same thing. This is where understanding the wealth account becomes important. In the balance sheet of life, wealth is not measured only by money. True wealth includes peace of mind, freedom of choice, financial stability, resilience, and the ability to handle uncertainty without panic. Many people increase their income. Very few strengthen their wealth account. One of my favorite stories about wealth comes from Deepak Chopra's book Creating Affluence. It is the story of Lakshmi and Saraswati. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. The story says that if you spend your life chasing Lakshmi, she keeps running away from you. The harder you chase, the further she seems to move. However, if you dedicate yourself to Saraswati, if you focus on learning, developing your skills, mastering your craft, creating value, then Lakshmi becomes jealous and follows you wherever you go. I love the wisdom in this story. Because many people make wealth the objective, when perhaps wealth is meant to be the outcome. The more capable you become, the more value you create. The more value you create, the more likely wealth is to flow towards you. Perhaps the secret is not chasing money. Perhaps the secret is becoming valuable. Over the years, I have also come to believe that making money is a spiritual process. For many people, spirituality and money appear to be opposites. But I see them differently. Money is energy, and like all forms of energy, it has two polarities. We are familiar with Lakshmi, but our traditions also speak of Alakshmi. If Lakshmi represents wealth created through integrity, contribution, service, and value creation, then Alakshmi represents wealth created through shortcuts, manipulation, greed, ego, and deception. Both may create money, but they do not create the same life experience. Lakshmi creates prosperity with peace. Alakshmi creates prosperity with disturbance. Similarly, alongside Vidya, or wisdom, there is Avidya. Ignorance, illusion, poor judgment, shortcuts. Every financial decision is influenced by either Vidya or Avidya. Every wealth-building decision is influenced by either Lakshmi or Alakshmi. The question is not simply, how much money am I making? The deeper question is, what kind of energy is this wealth creating in my life? Another distinction I have observed is the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. Scarcity says, there is not enough. What if I lose? I must hold tightly to everything. Abundance thinks differently. It asks, what value can I create? What opportunity can I develop? How can I grow? Wealth creation often begins internally before it becomes visible externally. Scarcity protects survival. Abundance creates growth. I have also learned that investing is first a behavior and only then a financial activity. Investing is not only about stocks, mutual funds, or property. It is also about investing in your skills, your health, your relationships, your learning, and your future. Because wealth grows where attention, discipline, and consistency flow. That is why investing is not an event. It is a habit. Another important distinction is understanding assets and liabilities. Assets add money to your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Many people today spend heavily on liabilities while believing they are building wealth. This is where strategic thinking becomes important. Not every investment creates value. Some create growth, some create stress. And where you invest your time, energy, and money ultimately shapes your future. Cash flow is another lesson that life taught me. Cash flow is not just an accounting concept. It is an emotional reality. Poor cash flow affects confidence, relationships, decision-making, leadership, and even health. Cash flow is the oxygen of wealth. Without it, even financially intelligent people can struggle. We also live in an unpredictable world. Jobs change, industries change, technology changes, markets change. Depending entirely on one source of income creates emotional vulnerability. That is why multiple streams of income create resilience, confidence, flexibility, and greater financial stability. One of my personal lessons came from my relationship with debt. For a large part of my life, I strongly believed in living debt-free. And honestly, it gave me tremendous peace. Perhaps that happened because I always valued quality of life more than standard of living. Peace mattered more than appearance. Freedom mattered more than display. However, over time, I also realized something important. In my attempt to avoid debt entirely, I may have missed certain opportunities for wealth creation. I later understood that debt itself is not the problem. The real issue is lack of understanding. Strategic debt can create growth. Emotional debt creates pressure. The challenge is not becoming debt-free. The challenge is knowing when debt creates pressure and when debt creates possibility. At Life Skills Unlimited, we believe that wealth creation is not only about financial literacy. It is about behavioral maturity. This is where the VIP impact cycle becomes important. First comes visibility, becoming aware of our financial behavior. Then comes influence, learning to influence our choices and habits. And finally comes presence, taking consistent action that produces measurable results. Because wealth is not built only through income, it is built through awareness, discipline, strategic thinking, intelligent habits, and conscious choices. A strong wealth account is not about impressing people. It is about creating stability, freedom, and peace. Perhaps true wealth begins the day we learn to respect both Saraswati and Lakshmi in balance. Because when knowledge and financial wisdom work together, life becomes stronger, calmer, and more meaningful. Before you leave, take a moment to reflect. What is one action you can take this week to strengthen your wealth account? Write it down. Act on it. Knowledge creates awareness. Action creates transformation. Mindset first, everything next. That is why we work with two powerful concepts. The first is the balance sheet of life, a framework that helps us create balance across the 7 important areas of life: health, wealth, professional growth, relationships, social life, self, and spirituality. The VIP impact cycle is a structured methodology that helps you move from intention to measurable results. It focuses on building your 1. Visibility, how clearly you see yourself. 2. Influence, what skills you possess. And 3. Presence, what consistent action do you take through the right mindset to achieve desired results and measurable ROI, both tangible and intangible. Follow Life Skills Unlimited for more such videos. We at LSU believe it is always mindset first, everything next. We also believe that just devouring information makes no difference. Learn to be wise. Wisdom is applied information. Visit our website www.elsaworld.com. Visit our Instagram profile at Elsa_world. Thank you for watching. If this resonates with you and for more such videos, do like, share and subscribe.